Hello my dudes, dudettes, and everything in between, and welcome back to Clive Games. We are picking up right where we left off after that cutscene where we saw the um, commander's flashback to the Battle of Cartano and the Calamity or whatever it's called. We aren't still in the city itself. I went outside of it so I wouldn't get that rest experience. But I haven't done anything else other than that, I promise. So, but y'all haven't missed anything at all. So we're going back in the city. We're going to continue the story because apparently she wants to see us now because us falling asleep in front of her wasn't too rude, apparently. Alrighty. Greetings, Clive. Admiral Blah awaits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Sure. Oh, I need to change my shoes back now that I think about it. I don't need those things anymore. Go from ugly to ugly. Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Ah, Clive, it is good to see you on your feet again. Are you recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, and one I would trust to no other. Happy to know that you guys are so trusting of a stranger, as always. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business then. I've pinned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. Those other two people we saw in the flashback. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light, who might once have given them hope, are gone. Yet we must press on, regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa. That is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. So you're ordering me to say that, not that I given a choice. I think that's about right. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation, to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. Ooh. A grueling journey, to be sure. That's a grueling journey. Okay. Were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. Okay, that makes sense now. I was like, that's not really that grueling. An airship pass, to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Baderon for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in my opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Clive, your deeds did not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you. but I have flattered you enough. Oh no, you haven't. Keep going. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Oh, you have no idea. I do, but you guys probably don't. I mean, it's a Final Fantasy game. Come on, guys. It's not really a Final Fantasy game if we don't change the world in some way. Alright, so all the way back to Baderon. Okay. Baderon. Dude. I went up in the world. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are ye? Personal bleeding envoy. I'm not yelling that. So, you'll be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance. Bugger me. I knew you was going up in the world. But I didn't realize you'd gotten that bloody high. And the only way is up, my dude. Only way is up. I'm proud of you, lad. Thinking of how far you come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to my eye. And that ain't ale talking either, are you sure? Well, not just the ale, at any rate. That's what I thought. Bless the navigator for steering you in my way. Of course, it's only the start. Now you got your hands on an airship pass, the whole of Eorzea is laid out before you, like a fair maid on a feather bed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nukes and crannies. That's quite the description, Baderon. Thank you. That left quite the image in my head. One I really didn't need. If you think those Limsons are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the grim forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're an adventurer, so I wouldn't let a thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. It's not. There's a heap of trouble what plagues every nation, see? Tain't just ours. I'm talking about intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamn primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later, you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager this bugger out there you can't handle. Something tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's at it rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt them. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things around. 'Tis a perfect time for an adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? For you to shut up so I can go and enjoy this beautiful game to its fullest? Yep, that was quite the description of Eorzea. It's not wrong, but, I mean, there are better ways to describe her other than a big girl with a bunch of nooks and crannies to explore. But alright, you go down here at the airship ticketer, Lenoflo. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer Clive Jett, isn't it? I thought I recognized you. How? I've never seen you a day in my life. You're an inspiration to us all, sir. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? Yep. And so off to Gridania we go. The people of Gridania are really seclusionists. They worship beings called the Elementals, who they believe keep their homes safe, provide them with game to hunt and stuff, and that they have to do their best to appease them. So they hate when outsiders ruin stuff. That's why they're not really trusting of outsiders. Attention all passengers, the airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. I love how they're waving like I can see them from there. Good fortune to you, Clive. The day'll come when your name means the same as hero to the folk of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Heroes all well and good, but I'd rather money.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Agrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus's plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland. Soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Well, that was a thing. And look at this real quick. Look, that's Gridania. It's a beautiful place. Love it. But I'm gonna put a little warning now for spoiler warnings. But the only reason I'm doing this is because I want you to understand what just happened. So that was happening at the same time as we were traveling to Gridania. But that main guy, when he was talking about the ship, that happened 15 years ago when they first started their conquest of Eorzea. And how their invasion was led by that flagship, the Agrius. But as they got near Mordona, which is a place we will go, it's right here. They were met by a large armies of dragons led by the head dragon called Mitzar Gormir. Ah, you must be the envoy from Linsula Mitzar. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seas here awaits your arrival. Yep. And so, Mitzar Gormir managed to destroy the Agrius, but in the process died. So that's their campaign of 15 years ago ended with that. And then 5 years ago they tried again, and that's when the Battle of Cartano happened, where he's saying that even with the oh crap, go down there. Might be. Even when Dalaman fell, they still weren't able to take control of Eorzea. You are the lamented envoy, are you not? I receive instructions to assist you. Pray make your way to the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafika's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand where the Elder Seed Seer awaits. Cool, thank you, my dude. So yeah, even after Dalaman, because they had a plan to use Dalaman, but they didn't plan for that to happen with Bahamut and everything. Where was I going with that? Okay, and then the reason that the Garlean Empire is invading Eorzea, they're trying to take over the world, is because they believe that they are the only people who are able to truly save the world from the primals. That is like their number one thing. They hate primals because they recognize that primals, which are godlike beings, we'll see later, are a true threat to the world. And they do not agree with how the Eorzean leaders are handling it, because we kind of just let the beast tribes do whatever they want so long as they don't summon primals, for the most part. But the Garlean Empire doesn't agree with that, so they want to step in, and they either want to subjugate the beast tribes as they are subjugating the world, or they're going to go to extreme measures to ensure that the primals don't get summoned. And I don't think there's another shard. No. Okay. Oh, while I'm here, for the other city-states that aren't your home one, I recommend you set them as a favorite destination, so it costs less to travel to them, fast travel to them. Where was I? Oh, or another extreme thing is just to eradicate the beast tribes, which is quite radical, because that's their whole reason behind their conquest of the world. They say is that they want to stop the spread of the primal threat. So that's why we're at war. They're trying to take over Eorzea and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting scene. You'll pick up little things here and there if you go back and watch it after we get so far in the game. Like, there's a lot of stuff like I didn't even notice when I first played through everything, and then once I got to the end, I started the new character, Clive Belmont, which was going to be my main, so I could actually slow down and sort of enjoy the story, because I didn't slow down one bit. And there was like a lot of things that I noticed that I didn't notice before. It was really cool. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. I will try and explain it the best I can without giving too many spoilers. Yeah, because games like these are kind of hard to understand right off the bat, but as the game goes on, the characters will start explaining stuff and all that, so it gets easier. I promise, it gets easier to understand. Right now, I'm just going around and unlocking all the aetheryte shards. I think the only last... No, I'm sorry, I gotta get the botanist, and the last one should be here at the Conjurer's Guild, where we have to go for the main mission. So this is where you would start if you started off as a Lancer, Archer, or Conjurer. This is y'all's beginning city-state. This was actually the city-state I started in when I first started the game. I don't regret it, because it was this is a beautiful city-state. Honestly, I hate nature. Don't get me wrong. Still hate nature, but it's a beautiful place. And there's huge ass cabbages. I guess technically they're called crystal greens, but man, they are big. And here we go. This should be the last one, I think. Yeah, there we go. And just like with Linsa Lominsa, it'll allow you to now use these to fast travel outside the city and to the airship landing. You are the Luminson envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Sure. Verily, this is the seal of Admiral of Linsa Lominsa. Please come with me. Did you doubt me? You people are supposed to trust me. I'm a complete stranger. Trust me. Come on.
So you are the Laminson envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
She is honestly my favorite of the three leaders. A remembered service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in an alliance. But unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon Dalamud would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the Elder Primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blink of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defied explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I woke, Bahamut was gone, and the land which had but moments before been aflame now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartano. And so we were left with countless questions, and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut had come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. Our remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Yep. Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I would appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Oh, thank you, my lady. Kind, you're nice. So yeah, they're still trying, every city-state's still trying to recover from the calamity. Because Bahamut didn't just ravage the Kartanu Flats where the battle was. His power, like you saw in Limsa with that great divide or drop or whatever, it went everywhere. His power went all over Eorzea. He was that powerful. But now we get to go on to Ul'dah. There we go. Passenger for Ul'dah, are you not Clive Jet, the limited envoy? On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? That seems like such a forced response. Wow. Look at these names, I swear. But they just kind of like smash their keyboard to come up with a name, which is probably by now the only way you can actually come up with a name nowadays. Yep, let's board that airship. And we're going on a trip in our favorite airship, zooming through the sky, little arcanist. Oh, that was a pretty. This time we're just going to go straight to the main story area because I am getting a little close on time and I don't want to stop the episode before we've seen both of the other Eorzean Alliance leaders. So, you must be the envoy from Limsa Lominsa. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. We have been expecting you. Flame General Raban will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustling strip and speak to Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Alright, so to the hustling strip. Grab this while I'm here. Oh, aw, frick me. It's taking forever. There we go. Chamber of Rule. And Bartholomew. Hello, my dude. A Lominsa envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, sir? My thanks. Ah, yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlvib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartano. I remember bloody Cartano. I would be really surprised if you didn't, honestly. Did you know what happened that day, adventurer? When we took to the field against the Garleans? Yep, I saw everything. 'Cause I'm psychic. So, my counterparts have educated you. Sure, let's go with that. Khan E's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond training. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So, it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner... 15. I don't know why is it 15. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the legatus, Solus Oscaldus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Isilbad to heel, and so the legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire. An empire which sets its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. Ooh, trouble at home. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belsaw, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they now mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the elder Seer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlwib will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people that their brothers and sisters fought and died for. He is a big man. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Sultana's the not the acting, but she's technically the ruler of the city, but she doesn't hold that much power. The Syndicate is like a group of really rich people are really in charge of everything. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. You betcha. Now that all you and really important people know me, hopefully you'll hire me for like the really expensive jobs. And now it's saying I can use the airship whenever I want, and minions. Every now and then you'll see these little things. You have to actually use the item, and you'll unlock minions, which are little creatures or items that'll follow you around. They're kind of like carbuncles, but they don't do anything. They're literally just there for aesthetics. Some of them are really cute, some of them not so much. But they're a good thing to like collect if you want something to collect in this game. Not that there's already 1,000 other things to collect, but that's all I got time for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.